secret life of traffic signs is known to those who explore the world of magic and wonder. What these explorers find is that design is everywhere and that artists are attracting their attention from every painted mug to every mural on the wall. I want to go out and explore what visual art the city has to offer and meet the people who make it. Penduka Namibia is an organization that empowers women through training and employment. The Penduka brand enables them to design, make, and sell the various arts and crafts. I'm meeting production manager Victoria. She's been with the organization for over 2 decades.
COVID dengange piakul kaja longin mai ilan forma Penduka.
Eva dengane ngono adiso sesi customer kadi povali kapona bali kujatu longo ilonga taikaramba kuliede na ipahangi kwa talonga nale ongeki yofika mustora no mestoroma.
The travel restrictions implemented due to COVID have resulted in Penduka's arts and crafts standing idle and not being sold. Retrenchments are imminent at the organization. Acting Director Andy is in charge of navigating Penduka through the pandemic.
What advice would you have for other community organizations that are based on artwork?
It's quite a balance that you need to strike at this point in time. The arts industry already it's quite small and it's really dependent on tourism. It's really tourism driven. So you just really need to look at your current production methods. Can you try to modify it? Can you improve it? And obviously also from a cost perspective, you really need to cut down and just try to see how you can absorb the pressure of being in the arts industry. If people maybe come together as organizations and just try to help one another, come up with new ideas, new ways of doing things. So the best is collaboration, and obviously just streamline operations as much as possible.
Streamlining operations is one of the features of moving an enterprise into the digital space. I'm going to meet a company in town, an art gallery, that closed its physical space and moved online. Gina is the co-founder and curator at Start Art Gallery. They represent the works of notable visual artists.
How has COVID-19 impacted your business?
We have an online platform predominantly, so we were kind of lucky that we were a little bit ahead of the curve in that we were online before COVID hit. But we did have a lot of plans this year to run physical interventions alongside our online. And so unfortunately, all of those had to get cancelled, which did impact our activities and how people were interacting with us.
What advice do you have for somebody starting their own gallery anywhere else in Namibia?
The first bit of advice, I think, it would be to find a set of people that you really trust that you can work with. And secondly, I would say to kind of be open-minded about learning. Things that you have to learn in terms of marketing, in terms of finances, everyday things that let you run the business of actually doing what you want to do, which is showcase the artworks.
Moving offline, public spaces provide the most COVID-safe art exhibitions. This enables art to remain resilient and relevant.
As an artist and as a curator yourself, how do you think about resilience during COVID-19?
I think that resilience is intrinsic in everything that artists do. Resilience comes into play because when you're making work a lot as an artist or as a curator, you are oftentimes being very vulnerable. And there's a strength that needs to come into that vulnerability because you're showcasing a part of yourself by putting your work out there. And so there's a lot of resilience that has to happen just in that very personal process.
The secret life of everyday objects and everyday spaces is available to us all. What I learned is that through greater collaboration and the streamlining of processes, visual arts will endure.